they're going through right now.
Okay. Let me see. I think it starts at the bottom. Comments. Okay, yeah. So if you guys can hear us and see us and all that good stuff, let us know. Make sure we are actually live and up and running.
So all these people are already commented?
Well, they were commenting on the Facebook page. Let me just see. Can y'all see us? Okay. There we go. Emily said she can see us. Thank you, Emily. Okay, so tonight it's Tuesday. Yay.
2 for Tuesday.
2 for Tuesday. Well, 3 for Tuesday, actually. So Tuesday, May the 9th. I cannot believe it's May. This is just insane, crazy. But we're super excited because we have Michelle Hurd with us today.
Yep.
Yay!
I know. And we met on Facebook, but then we got to meet in person in Panama, and that was just so much fun. And I just fell in love with Michelle immediately, and so I wanted everybody to get to meet her and know her like we do now. So just a little bit about you, and then I'll let you kind of tell us your story. But I was going to just mention that you joined in April of 2016, right?
Yes.
Promoted to executive consultant in September of 2016, and then became manager in October. So you had a quick move there.
Yeah.
That you are on your way to earning your boots, and that you did earn the incentive trip, which was amazing, right?
Yes, for 2.
For 2. That's right. You did earn it for 2. That is awesome.
I did.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about why you got into Pink Zebra, and just tell us a little bit about your story.
Well, crazy enough, and of course, as a lot of us know, Facebook is actually the free sample post. I saw some random post, so everyone that knows me, I've always been obsessed with smells. So I was like, hey, it doesn't hurt to try. So I did get a free sample, and I would say literally it was the second sample. I said to Brad, all right, we got to call the consultant. I want some of these things. So he laughs. She comes over. I spent $100 while she just letting me smell things. And he basically looked at me. He's like, why don't you check into signing up? And I have been hit up by every Scentsy person ever. And I always was like, nah, there's tons of them out there. So I just wasn't ever interested. But crazy enough, I said, yeah, let's do it. So really, honestly, I just started because I was going to just buy it for myself. I thought for the price. She didn't even kind of tell me all the benefits with the company or anything. I just knew that there was 25% off. So that's how I started. Right. And then, of course, I got into it and people started smelling my house. I really wasn't going to sell for a couple weeks. I was just like, whatever, I'm just buying it for myself. I hit my own quick start. Because I wanted so many things, but I just did what I wanted to. But then needless to say, as you've kind of learned my personality, if I love something, everyone gets to know about it. So I just started talking to my friends and my family and the girls, that do my nails, things like that. And the next thing I know, about a month into it, I decided to start making samples and trying. So passed out samples, started kind of doing that. But really, honestly, I'll be blunt. Like I made maybe 100, 115, 20 bucks, for the first month or two. I was just, I don't know, it was just kind of whatever. So I went through the first couple months, and as you can tell, this stuff's contagious. Right. So people got interested. And at that point, I still, in July, had not hit up one person to sign up, do anything. I was just, people were buying from me here and there. So my best friend decides in August that she just says to me, my boyfriend says, stop buying it from you just to go ahead and sign up. So, of course, that's how my story started. And she signed up, a couple extra people signed up. And the next month, I realized, because they all hit their quick starts and stuff, I thought, oh, things actually are different. And right about that timing is when the incentive trip started. And that was kind of my change, because quick version of it is my husband's been in the military for 24 years. He's served everything and done everything, but he's never had a personal vacation ever in his life, not even Disneyland. And so he had told me of all 9 tours he's ever been. Panama was the most beautiful place he'd ever been to. So that, I decided I'm going to try. I'm going to go for this. So I did. And obviously in August, things started tearing up. I started talking to everybody. My purse changed. Everything I went to at grocery stores, I bought a computer in August. I got the guy that sold me the computer, I got his wife to sign up.
Wow.
So I just literally was going crazy, like talking to everybody. And in my state, Pink Zebra was not. I still almost daily, everybody's like, what's that? And I love it. It's my favorite part about the company because it gives me the opportunity to actually have somebody to sell to, you know? So, I think that I'm good in sales, but I think this product does sell itself. And as I've told my team nonstop, like, if you get it in people's hands, if you talk about the product everywhere you go, you will be surprised at how fast your team grows. And like, I feel like I'm like living proof of it because I busted my butt. I worked my heart out. We got a ton of people building fast. I got some great rock stars on my team. And, you know, the craziest thing is like 80% of the people I don't even know, you know, but it's just all in passing it around, going to parties. And that's why I do tell everybody, like, really do try and don't give up. That's my biggest thing is don't give up in a few months in. Cause like it takes a while to build a business, you know. Right. I'm a year in this and I think I've done killer, but I still have a ton to go. So I'm so excited every day because I feel like, even just today, I got 4 new signups under my downline, you know, and wow. They may be down, but I don't care. My team's killing it. And I feel like they see me and they watch my excitement and it makes them want it even more. And a lot of people have given me really sweet compliments and, you know, said different things like, you know, you, etc. But it feels good because I let my team see that, you know, hey, I just did this a year ago.
Right.
We're not too far into this business that we can't succeed.
Right.
That's what I absolutely love about this company is I really believe we're at the core prime time. You guys started in the very hard times, you know, the very, very beginning stages. Now it's gotten set up and things are good. So like, I'm in the killer time. I'm just ready. You watch, my boots are coming.
I know they will.
I'm so excited. It's growing every day. And as I say this on broadcast, but watch out. By the end of this summer, I bet you $1 million or before I will be promoted again.
That's
so
awesome.
Crossing my fingers, but needless to say, it has definitely changed my life. Like in just one solid year, my whole life has changed and I love it.
Now you have kids?
Yeah, I do. I have the biggest kid span. I have the biggest kid span in the entire world. I had my son at a young age. So my oldest son is actually 24 years old and I'm a grandma.
Wow.
And yeah, he's got a little boy that's 1. And so I have him. And then I waited obviously a little while. I have a daughter that's just 16 and then my gap goes on. I was a single mom. And that's another big reason I love this thing is I was a single mom for 8 years. And I've never seen a dime of child support or anything. And I've busted to take care of my kids. And I have fought. And I think that's what is even helping me with Pink Zebra is I know there's good and bad times, but if you fight hard, you get what you want, you know? Yeah. So I have them. And then when my husband and I got married, I guess we randomly enough got pregnant. So we have a little boy that's 3. So yes, I have 1 child per decade for the last 3 decades. Hello.
Wow.
Crazy.
That's
so
awesome.
That's my story.
But you juggle, you know, having kids and doing all that. I think with you, you said you're good at sales and I absolutely believe you are 100%, but I also believe your energy is so contagious that I'm sure you walk into a room and everybody turns and goes, oh, there's Michelle, or there's the Pink Zebra lady, or, you know, because you just have such a high energy. And I feel like that's what makes, like, everybody that's listening to this even, I guarantee you that our energy level and just being happy and showing that we're so excited about the product, that is also what sells it. The product sells itself, but you've got to get the people interested in looking and talking to you. So
Absolutely. I do. And you know, it's funny is like at first I didn't get the guts to do this, but now literally the last maybe about 3 or 4 months, I get my lashes done, I get my nails done, I do all this high maintenance stuff because I've gotten every one of those salons to bite for me. And I show up every single time with 3 big bags in my arms. And I've got pink zebra from head to toe, and I'm blinged out, and they just love the pink zebra ladies here.
So awesome.
So yes, you do have to have energy, but honestly, I can't tell you the last time I paid for my hair or my nails or anything because I usually end up more money than I actually have to spend. So it's been awesome. So yeah, I do believe just in your everyday personality, talking about it, carrying it like, feeling it. It's awesome. I love it.
That is so cool. Now tell us a little bit about your team and as far as being a leader, because we have a lot of leaders on this call. What kind of things do you do for your team? I mean, obviously, do you share with them what you're doing and what?
Yeah, I do. I actually probably sometimes drive my team crazy, but you know, in my past jobs before, like I was able to quit and start doing this full time, I've done training and sales, and that's why I even swear this is like I've always worked for everybody else.
Right.
And so when I've done it all, so in this actual company, I obviously have my group. I've done like a ton of like every single day I have 2 to 3 posts where it's either training, and some of them I mimic off of you, you and Christy, and there's been some great people that I've just kind of watched. And so there's something that you put up, I love it, I take it, steal it, and put it in there.
Yeah.
You know, I talk to them about motivational things. I actually do run contests monthly.
Okay.
There are different ones, but they're like things either for getting, obviously, the most signups or top sells. I even got some new ideas from Alicia at Panama. I was, you know us, we're going to always work a little. So
Right.
I was, of course, listening to you guys and talking to you guys, and she gave me a little idea that I'm running with this month, and I'm excited because everybody seems really positive. So I do, you know, contests. I constantly am talking to them. I actually probably do a little bit too much because I even have like a team bag where if my first or second downline is brand new and they're doing a party and they don't have everything, I've put together 3 big bags that have pink zebra, you know, it has everything. So I believe if you're out at those parties and people see how awesome our shades are and all of that stuff, they buy it. And so when they're brand new, they're struggling a little bit. And so my husband and I decided to put money into having just something. And seriously, in the last 4 days, it's gone to 3 different women and 3 different parties. And I just do inventory as soon as it gets in and then do another one out. So I mean, I do a little bit of stuff that's a little crazy and probably a little bit much, but you know what? I want this. I'm so excited, and I believe that with a lot of support and helping in my team that we'll get there. So that's what we're doing. I don't know. I just do a lot of support.
That's awesome. And, you know, I hate the term thinking outside the box because it's been overused, but that's really technically what we have to do in this business anymore because you know, Facebook is being overrun by everybody wanting to do parties on Facebook and advertising on Facebook or Instagram or all these different social media channels. So getting in your community, I mean, it's going back to the way we used to do it. And it was, and I say we because back in sales back in the day when I sold hotel rooms, I literally walked the streets, basically walking into office buildings looking for people that might want to buy from me. So we kind of do have to get back into our backyard. And I love the fact that you do that. What are you trying to do? You trying to fit in the camera here?
Yeah.
Come on in. We love you. Hi.
We have 2 screens, and the one screen shows that he's on it. And then all of a sudden he looks over there and he's like, oh, we can't see
Yeah, I'm
me.
not on it on the other one, so I got to
I wasn't. I saw your shoulder, so I knew you're supporting.
I thought I was on the screen, and I'm like, well, hang on, I'm not on the screen. Here I am. I gotta get way over
I gotta
here.
get in there.
There.
Yeah, stay in there. I think it's good. So, do you do parties? Do you do events? Do you do a lot of just community stuff where you go out and see people? I mean, do you
All of the above.
Yeah.
All of the above. I actually, and even I have a killer, like on the go bag that I use my pink fancy, the big tote bag that we have. I literally have that stuff full of pink zebra And that on the go bag goes probably 2 or 3 times a month. I do boutiques and events. Because I have a couple different salons now that have me coming every couple months. I do house parties. I do a lot. I busted my butt. I haven't gotten less than $2,000 in sales since October in a month.
Awesome.
So I'm pushing it, but like I said, like I have goals. I know where I want to go now that I know that this is the company in the future that we want.
Well, so
I
yeah, I'm going to ask you a realistic question because this happens to me all the time. So you wake up one morning and either you don't feel good or you just are not into it. What do you do? What do you do? Do you keep going? You shake it?
Yeah. Every day. People have no clue what happens in my life, and it's crazy. And when people actually know my inner circle, they look at me and they're like, what? But you know what? Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody does.
Right.
Really. People want to see the fun, energetic, like what you love about your life, what you love about Pink Zebra, the fun things you can do. And I think that's crucial. Even just using your Facebook all the time. I don't know. I'm kind of bad about people putting their, shake it. We've all been through troubles, but let's make it rock stars instead. So yes, I can seriously cry and turn on the thing and flip my switch in about 2 minutes. So
that's
I
right.
Do have that personality.
Well,
remember that night at the party? I was puking.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
And none of you guys knew. That's exactly my personality.
You were being so bubbly, and I'm going, oh my gosh, I just love Michelle. And then find out that you've been so sick. I'm like, oh my gosh.
It was crazy, but it's good though. You know what? Everybody likes the bubbly girl,
Yeah, and not only that, but you know what? I truly believe that, because if I wake up some mornings and I am just struggling to get to that point where I'm on go, but I do shake it off because we have to for ourselves, first of all.
Yep.
But also we have that end goal that we want to meet. And that end goal is what we have to strive for. And we can't let, whether it's, that we don't feel good or we're just not in it that day, we just can't let that stop us. So, we got to be that force that just keeps on going and Energizer bunny.
Amen. That's exactly what my husband's made jokes before. He goes, sometimes I think you are the Energizer bunny. And I said, well, you know what? I've determined that I'm actually going to become his sugar mama.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to be the one making the big bucks.
That's right. Same here. I want him to be able to retire and just live off of our Pink Zebra income completely. We'll be sugar mama.
That's what we're hoping for. But of course, I've got my husband in it, and we're working towards getting him to be a manager. But it's definitely something that we'd like. He works way too many hours to pay life and whatever. So that's our goal, is actually to be able to get him into a job where he doesn't work 24/7. So
yeah,
Duane, right on, huh? That's what we're going for.
I know.
Yep.
Yeah, you'll definitely be there. No doubt. No doubt. I love it. Well, what other kind of thing? Anything else you want to? Does anybody have any questions for Michelle while she's on with us here live? I do appreciate you getting on here with us. Somebody wanted to see your stuff behind you. You've got your room looks
okay. So obviously I sell a lot, but in the beginning, the first 6 months, I took every penny I made from Pink Zebra and obviously bought stock. And so I literally will get people to come over to smell a jar. And I've turned my kids, I used to have like a little mother-in-law apartment in our basement, and it's like a little mini kitchen, and it's turned into my Pink Zebra room. Okay. And so, you can kind of see, I literally have like a little bit, can you see a little bit of everything?
Yeah. That's awesome.
I'm bad. But it actually is awesome because people will come here and they see the jewelry, or they see, I swear, people see our products and that's it. Yeah. That's it. I can sell. You have no clue how many people have walked in this basement, and by the time they walked out, they were signing up as a consultant.
Oh, yeah. I can imagine. I can imagine.
Zebra Palace. That's what we call it down here.
I love it. Well, and it is awesome if you've got product like that to be able to invite people over and let them see it, especially if you use the shades and everything in your home, because they come over and see it in action, and then they can visualize, okay, I could totally see doing that in my house. you know?
Absolutely. Oh yeah. I have like 2 shades now in every room. I know that's really bad, but you know what? People see a different shade here or how I've double shaded this and I get people to buy like that. So you know what? You got to love your business to sell it, right?
That's right. That's exactly right. That's absolutely right. Do you have any questions for her?
Nope.
Nope.
I think she's covered almost
I know.
everything.
It's been awesome. I'm loving it. What else
Me
can we
too.
talk about? So, you'll be on the leaders call tonight too.
Okay,
right?
hang on.
What?
Yeah.
So she joined last year,
Right.
and she earned the incentive check.
Yes.
Well, that's awesome. Because everybody I talked to, they said, "Well, it's too late to join." You know,
Oh.
Pink Zebras. You know, you have to join when it first starts. Well, this is prime example.
Proof. Yeah, that's why I believe my team is even pushing because I feel like I am proof. I mean, seriously, I am 1 year, 2016, April, that's it.
Wow.
And I now have, because like I said, I was telling you the other day, but I have 100, okay, so I have a little OCD, but I have 124 people on my downline now, and I have 87 people active. And I look at my numbers every day, and I check on people, and if they're close to their quick starts, even if they're 3 or 4 levels down, I actually still text them. So I'm on my phone a lot, but it helps them because if I remind them a day or two before, hey, you know what, can you push this a little bit further, and you're going to be $50 from that bonus, they get stoked, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's all about helping your team find ways to like be successful and get excited. And I pushed them so hard to get their quick starts because it's how I started building my product, you know, and because I've been so successful with having stuff here, you know, I'm all about that. So it's definitely been a life-changing event, but I'll tell you, I believe 100% we are in the prime time. I mean, yeah, you guys are further up, but guess what? There is so many people every day that do not know what Pink Zebra is. And it's so awesome to be able to introduce, and everybody better be carrying samples and, you know, their purses or whatever. Because if you're not, you don't want this success.
Right.
You know what I mean? You just don't.
Right.
It's just the way that it is. And we'll find some people that will and won't. But you know what? We are determined. We're all going to be rock stars.
That's right. Exactly. That's exactly right. Okay, so I'm going to go back to one thing you said, like with the quick start, that you'll text them if they're close, or is that what you do mostly is text? So I'll
text or call or email. Like I make sure I talk to every single person on all 3 of them actually. You know, if they hit it, great, but on all 3 of them because it's just important, and I think that helps everybody. And I tell them, I says, think of how many free sprinkles you can do for passing out. So you can't say you're broke if you push that business enough. And I started out and I didn't have a whole lot. Like Brad and I have not put a ton of money into this, but we've just taken every single thing I've earned and, you know what I mean, and rebought. But why not? You know, if it works for us, and that's kind of what we did. But and honestly.
Uh-oh. She froze. Is she frozen?
She's frozen for us.
Oh, man.
She's in the basement.
No, exactly, Tiffany.
Exactly.
What happened?
Oh!
Hang on, let me send her a note. See if she can pop back on, because I want to know. She is. Oh, I wanted to hear what else she was saying. I do love that. I've, as far as being a leader, I've always just kind of like been gentle. And I feel like I need to probably be a little bit more like what she's saying, sending them a text or an email. I don't think everybody just responds in the Facebook groups anymore like they used to. So I like that idea that she is doing that. So I'm going to start doing that myself.
I text a lot now just because I want somebody to know whatever it is, or I have a question for somebody. I mean, they might be busy, but they read it later.
Yeah.
And they respond
Yeah.
at their convenience and stuff. So
Yeah.
I text a lot more than I think I should, but
She's trying to get back in. I know, Tiffany, she is. I love it. She's trying. Let's see. Well, when she does come back on, y'all ask any questions that you have. I mean, she's great. She's got some good input, and so let's, ask questions. Anything that you can think of that you really want to know how she does something, because she's really, really, it's just awesome hearing. She's trying, man. She's trying to get back in. Come on.
Don't give up, Becky. Just keep pushing.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens at its own pace.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, honestly, you have to be doing something with it just about every day.
Constantly.
And I'm not talking about posting on Facebook. I mean, like really reaching out and talking to people, or going into the salons like she's talking about with a bag of goodies on your arm and that sort of thing. So
yeah, you'll have more no's than yeses, but you got to keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I don't have that support from my husband. It's so, that's sweet. But yeah, and you know what? Sometimes we don't have support. I know when I first started doing this, my mother was the biggest critic, and she was so worried. I know you're trying, girl. Keep trying. We'll just keep talking until you're back in. But yeah, my mom was the biggest critic, and I've always cared a lot about what my mom thought. And but I knew this was something that I wanted really badly, and I wanted it for us and our family. So when your husband will be a little more supportive once it starts to pay off, once he starts to see that you're earning a paycheck, and it'll happen. Well, Duane didn't take me seriously.
A big problem with a lot of people stopping or quitting this business is the lack of support from spouses. They see the time and effort and the money going out. They just don't understand the process. It takes time to build your business. It takes time to get the name out. All this takes time, and you can't stop. It's sad that husbands, you get the pressure from your husband because you're spending money and you're spending time. But I wish they could watch these videos, because it will pay off. It's eventually going to come through, and you're going to start making the money that you were spending, and then it just takes off, and you're making more and more and more and more. And it's awesome. I mean, time is I have a lot of time. I just, time is not a factor for us. We have time, so our time goes into our business. This is better than having a second job. I mean, because what second job will send you to Panama? What second job has reunions and you get to travel? This job is awesome. It's a great business, and I just wish some of your husbands would rethink their attitude towards this business.
Yeah. But again, like you said it at one of the rallies, is once you're actually able to pay a bill with it or something, then, it'll start to change his mind a little bit. I think that's when they start to pay attention and realize that, you're doing something.
I mean, it's like any business. Any business takes time to get started. A lot of these restaurants and stuff you see when they first go up, they're brand new. No one's going there. The word's not out. It takes a lot of time, and they have a lot of overhead. They have light bills. They have, staff they have to pay. And eventually one day you will drive by, the parking lot's full, and they're making money. It's just unfortunately, it's a process, and it just takes time to make happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a process. And I mean, if your choices were that you could go work for corporate America, well, then you've got hours and, specific hours that you have to be there and specific things you have to do. Yeah. You make a paycheck, but you don't have the choices and the flexibility, whereas you do with, having your own business. And then if you went and got a brick and mortar business, you'd have to put out thousands of dollars you not just $99 for your kit. So,
right.
you know, it's just kind of a, it's worth it, but you got to stick with it and try, you know, every day. So yeah, I'm glad that you guys aren't giving up.
Yeah.
Paula says she refuses to quit, even at her low level, at her super low. At her super low.
Michelle's outside now.
I know, she's trying so hard to get back
you.
in. I know. I sent her a message and said, "We see you're trying." But yeah, I mean,
get on the roof.
Don't refuse. No, don't get on the roof.
Get on the roof and see if that works.
Don't get on the roof.
Start jumping up and down.
That's so funny. Yeah, y'all just stick with it. Just, you know, try something different maybe one day and you know, try a different tactic in getting out and talking to people.
And talking to people, you know what I've realized lately?
What?
I met a guy yesterday and actually went to a shop. And when I got there, I was a little intimidated because all these guys are, I don't know, they just looked mean and rugged and
you're not.
I'm not.
I mean, you're rugged.
So I was like, dang, these people are kind of rough. But after finally talking to the gentleman, he was the nicest guy. When it was closing time, the guys that worked with him, they hugged when they left. And I'm like, okay, well, the first guy did it, well, okay, that's your son telling you bye for the day. A second guy came, little different skin color, and they hugged. And I'm like, okay, well, that's definitely not your son. But they hugged and left. And I'm like, wow. I talked to this guy for an hour and a half after they closed. He invited me into his house. We have a lot of the same interests. And when I left there, this guy could be a friend of mine. I need business with him, but unfortunately, the dealership says I have to go through.
But your point is?
Well, my point was, I didn't about these people until I opened my mouth and started talking to them.
Exactly.
And then it was like, wow, we could be best friends. Like, wow, how did this change so drastically? Pretty awesome.
Yeah. How many dread doing something, start doing it, what that action, you suddenly get into it, and it's like you have an incredible. That happens a lot. It happens a lot.
It happens a lot in this business, like vendor events.
Yeah.
It's like you get out there, you get set up, but then once this is kind of cool. People walking by looking at her, but it was still, we were together.
Yeah, absolutely.
We were trying to, and it wound up working out.
Mm-hmm.
So it rewarding.
Right.
Sitting at home on the couch, worrying about that.
No.
Risk.
Unless Will and Grace is back on for a new season, that's rewarding. I'm just kidding.
Who?
Nothing. I'm just kidding. Never judge. Amen.
You say Days of Our Lives?
No, I said Will and Grace. They're coming back.
I hope not.
So anyway, I don't know if Michelle's going to be able to get back in. She probably.
But she is a pistol, isn't she?
Isn't she
when
awesome?
We met her at the in Panama, I was like, "Wow, this gal's got it going on."
And then to find out that she had been throwing up that whole night.
Yes, wouldn't have thought.
Idea.
She goes, "Oh yeah,
She was not gonna. She was not gonna let that ruin her evening.
No.
So anyway, but you know what? We all have the ability to be excited about our business, and that's why I wanted her on here, because that energy that she has is so contagious.
Yes.
And I mean, I was watching the comments, and everybody got excited. We're talking about you again, Michelle. She's trying to get on. Darn it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, just show that excitement and that enthusiasm, and even if you've got these groups if you've got a VIP group on Facebook, keep in mind those people probably are also your friends, and anything that you're posting, if it's negative, they're seeing that, and people don't want to hear that. They don't want to know.
Yeah.
So anyway, hopefully she can come back on. There you are. It froze. Darn it. Well,
yes, excitement sells.
It does. It really
does.
does. Well, and the main thing is that it sells us so that we can get in front of people, because once we're in front of them and let them have a smell or have something in their home, you can get customers that way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would love to do this every couple of weeks.
We have a slideshow going on.
I know. Slideshows of Michelle. But I would love to have different people, different consultants, you guys join us every couple of weeks, and let's do this with the Facebook Live, to where we can talk about, some things that maybe you're doing with your business. And I think it's really, really important that we all hear the different stories so that we can see how we can relate to one another, because it's really interesting. It's like we all come from such different backgrounds and have different lifestyles, and everything is really, really different. But when we all come together because of this love for pink zebra that we have, there's so much that we can share with one another. And so I just think it's real important that we all share that, and because we all have something valuable to share with others. I think I would love to hear from. So anybody who would like to do this, I would love Crystal to hear, have you on sometime, and Dottie and Linda, Lacey, Bonnie. I'd love for Emily. I'd love for Paula, all of y'all, Addie, anybody. I would love all of y'all to just shoot me a message and say, yeah, I'll step out and be a guest one evening. It's okay. It's okay, Michelle. So we're just going to go ahead and finish up a little bit. But if y'all have any questions, Michelle's in our group page, so you feel free to ask questions there too. But also we'd love to hear from different people. So I know that's what I just would love. I would love that. I would love to hear from more people's stories, because she's trying. Because, we all have something we can share, and we all get little nuggets. I don't know, Michelle, if you heard me talking a little bit ago, but when you were talking about texting, you're all the way down to your third level about the quick starts and stuff, I've not done that. And I think that that's so important to do. And I'm going to start doing that. That's something that I learned from you tonight that I'm going to put into action. Because I think that's so smart. I'm embarrassed that I haven't done it before, but I just kind of set up these Facebook groups, and I have one just for consultants that I've sponsored, and that's not enough. I need to do what you're doing by messaging them or calling them, and kind of keeping them up to date with what's going on. So, any other ideas that you have, give them to us. We love it. We appreciate every bit of it. So anyway, we do have our leaders call at 8:00 Central Time tonight. So I guess we'll go ahead, since we can't get you back on, we'll go ahead and end the call. Next week, let me just see, is next week the week that we have to be at the dealer? Yeah. Next week.
Is it the rules?
Yeah, they haven't sent it. Well, we're going to plan on doing a call next week. We might have a meeting that we have to be at 6:30 that night, but we're going to plan on it for now, because they haven't sent us anything in writing yet. So at this point, we could even tell them that we've already got something on the calendar. So what I was going to say is I also give them an incentive on the first goal. It gets lots moving and active. Yeah, that's a good idea too. That's a very good idea. Thank you so much, Michelle. We absolutely adore you.
Yes,
you're just absolutely precious. So say hi to Brad for us, and again, we thank you so much. So everybody have a fantastic week, and just get out there and enjoy it and make the most of it, okay? And ask questions if you need anything on our group page, or get us a call or whatever.
Yep.
We're here for you. All right? I know I'm excited about reunion too. So if you haven't signed up for reunion, don't forget, you just have till the end of this month.
And what about Club Pink? Can you still sign up?
You can sign up now for the next month, yes.
We got Club Pink today?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, we got Club Pink today. Sign up, get your Club Pink.
Get your Club Pink. That's fun.
Sprinkle on.
All right, y'all. Thank you. Thanks, Michelle. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Go make some money.
I know, right? Yay.